For nearly a century, Big Brothers Big Sisters of Colorado has impacted the lives of thousands of children through one-on-one mentoring relationships with caring adult volunteers.
We have to be in a good, healthy relationship in order to find those people who can be in a relationship together as a big brother and a little brother and a big sister and little sister. Ethics, honesty, integrity is the core of all of that. We have to be able to have people that can trust each other.
From the time of meeting the matches at the introduction and watching all of the celebrations and developments and also helping them problem solve if anything comes up, that's definitely been the best part.
Being a big brother or big sister is rewarding for everyone involved. About 1,900 children's lives are being enriched by volunteers from the Front Range community every year.
To be that consistent person in her life, she's had to move a lot, and I'm always there, which is nice to be able to go get her wherever she may be and go do something fun that's just for her.
When I have a bad day, I talk to her about it and we just go have fun. She likes to have fun. She's just she don't care what people say, and she said reading is good for you and it helps you go to college.
Since 1892, the Denver Rescue Mission has helped the homeless and the addicted rebuild their lives and achieve self-sufficiency. The non-denominational Christian organization provides about 700,000 meals and 170,000 nights of shelter annually.
A lot of even times we will have families that will come down here, and they're either living out of a motel and they might have 3 or 4 children, and they probably haven't eaten in a few days or some things like that, and that's really, really sad for me, because I know how it is of how I grew up, and it was rough as well. But I like to focus on the wonderful side of things, that we can give them a hot meal, that we can help them find some clothing, and if they need some other type of help, we have some other opportunities that we can offer them to try to make them self-sufficient once again.
One of our goals is to help them be able to transition into a place of their own, or that they're renting, to have a job, to be involved in the community, to be free from alcohol and drug addiction.
Once a struggling nonprofit itself, Denver Rescue Mission has evolved into a financially stable organization with an annual budget of over $23 million, including around 133,000 volunteer hours and about $10 million in donated food and other goods.
Well, I'd just like to say thanks to the community. I mean, we couldn't do what we do at the Denver Rescue Mission without the community coming alongside of us.
When the welfare of an infant or a child is at stake, the Rocky Mountain Children's Law Center becomes their advocate in the courts, often dealing with social services and even the parents. This group of 26 attorneys and staffers handles more than 2,000 crisis calls every year.
Oftentimes the court systems are very overwhelmed, they're under-resourced, and as a result of that, children often need to have their needs articulated in a way that adults understand and that can actually be met. And so that's our primary mission here.
But there's definitely an onus upon us to try to work out and negotiate a remedy or a resolution before we go to the courts. And I think anytime when you're dealing with negotiations, there's always, I think that really triggers ethical issues, because we have a duty to be candid. We have a duty to not hide the ball, so to speak.
When they see a child in need, these advocates are willing to go above and beyond.
And so I went as far as I could in the courts. I went to the Supreme Court, I got the move stopped, but at the end of the day, that court process didn't work for this child. And so instead, I went to the county commissioners in that particular community and asked them to intervene. And all the lawyers used to say, well, you're a lawyer, you should go to the courts, and once the courts do the wrong thing, you're done. And my view was, not when you're trying to save the life of a child.